In a previous video, we discussed about bioreactor, downstream processing, and PCR technique. With that, biotechnology, its principles and processes completed. Now we shall see another new chapter in biotechnology, that is biotechnology and its applications. In previous chapter, we have seen different processes. Say, very important process, rDNA technology, recombinant DNA technology, a very important processes of biotechnology. We have seen another technique, separation of DNA molecule. The technique we call gel electrophoresis. So like that, different processes we have seen. Okay. Now, using those processes, we produce the products. Okay. What are the applications of this? Say, in biotechnology, biopharmaceuticals are produced on large scale. Large scale means industrial scale. And also biologicals produced. So biopharmaceuticals and biologicals are produced from genetically modified organisms. In brief, we say GMOs, genetically modified organisms. In biotechnology, actually, we alter the gene of plants. We are going to alter and manipulate the gene of animals and fungi, even the microorganisms. Microorganisms means mainly the bacteria. Okay. From these genetically modified organisms like plants, animals, fungi, and bacteria, we produce the products. Okay. Now, these are called actually transgenic plants, transgenic animals, genetically modified plants, genetically modified animals. Okay. Now we shall see the applications of biotechnology. In brief, coming to the applications of biotechnology, using genetically modified organisms, we produce therapeutics. Therapeutic drugs we prepare, we manufacture. These drugs are used for the diseases, against the diseases. Okay. A very good example you can say now, the insulin is produced through genetic engineering, and it is now used by diabetic patients, therapeutic drugs. Different types of vaccines we produce. Say, hepatitis A for jaundice, hepatitis B also for jaundice. That is jaundice. We prepare vaccine for hepatitis A and hepatitis B. Similarly, against polio disease, polio vaccine is manufactured or synthesized. For the hemophilics, hemophilic means those persons who are suffering from the hemophilia. There are different types of hemophilia. Hemophilia A, hemophilia B, like that. Factor 8 protein is manufactured for hemophilia A. Factor 9 is manufactured for hemophilia B. Like this, many different therapeutic drugs are manufactured. Okay. Diagnostics also. Diagnostic. Using biotechnology, we may identify the disease. Later on, you will come to know one technique is there, the PCR technique. Using PCR technique, we can identify the cancer at the earliest stage. Early pregnancy is detectable by using monoclonal antibodies. Early infection of HIV virus in AIDS patient is possible through the diagnostics. Then, genetically modified crops for agriculture. Genetically modified crops means these are the crops whose genes are manipulated or altered. These plants are called transgenic plants. The plants which have or which contain transgenes are called transgenic plants. Say for example, BT cotton is there. In BT cotton, we introduce the bacterial gene into the cotton plant. If you grow the cotton plant, we need not spray the insecticide or the pesticide. BT brinjal is there. BT corn is there. Golden rice, vitamin A rich rice is there. It is produced through genetic engineering. All these are genetically modified crops or transgenic plants. And also, we are able to produce the processed food. Another application is bioremediation. Waste treatment. Waste treatment means controlling the environmental pollutions. Say, while transporting the petrol or diesel, if any oil spill occurs in the sea, it can be controlled with the help of genetically modified bacteria. The sewage is made deodorant. Even energy production is possible. These are some of the applications of biotechnology. Now, we shall see three critical research areas of biotechnology. The three critical research areas of biotechnology are: one is providing the best catalyst in the form of improved organism, microbe, or pure enzyme. Creating optimal conditions through engineering for a catalyst to act. And downstream processing technologies, in brief we call DSP. Later on you can know what is meant by DSP and the detailed steps. Downstream processing technologies to purify the protein or organic compound. So these are the three critical research areas of biotechnology. Okay. Now, let us see how human beings use biotechnology. The human beings use biotechnology to improve quality of human life. Quality of human life means what? Say, for example, to cure the diseases. Just now I discussed for hemophilia, we synthesized factor 8 and factor 9. Against polio, we synthesized polio vaccine. Recently, for females, we synthesized or we are able to synthesize cancer vaccine. Nowadays, cervical cancer is very common in females. The girl, when attains the age of 10, she must get the cancer vaccine. Cholera vaccine is there. Many polio virus vaccines are there. All these improve the quality of human life. So this is how man is able to make use of biotechnology. So not only to improve the quality of human life, in the field of agriculture also, we make use of biotechnology. Using biotechnology, we are able to produce nutritional rich food. I think in strategies, you have studied something about this. Golden rice is there. It is a vitamin A rich rice. Okay. Then also to improve the health. Health means vaccines are there to improve or to control the health of human beings. Okay. Now we shall see the biotechnological application in the field of agriculture. Okay. In the world, the population is growing or increasing like anything. To meet the food supply to the growing population in the world, scientists have three options before them. One is organic agriculture. Second, agrochemical based agriculture. And lastly, genetically engineered agriculture. That is genetically engineered crop based agriculture. Okay. Organic agriculture. In case of organic culture, we are not making use of any chemicals for the production of food. And we make use of only the wild varieties of crops, the seeds we make use. In this organic agriculture, the production is less or the yield is less. Okay. In order to meet the food for the growing population, there is one option, that is agrochemical based agriculture. ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ನ ನಮ್ಮ ಫೋರ್ ಫಾದರ್ಸು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರು. ಈ ಒಂದು 30-40 ವರ್ಷದ ಇಂಚೆ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಆ್ಯಸ್ ದ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ಡ್, agrochemical based agriculture is in practice. ನಮ್ಮ ರೈತರು agrochemical based agricultureನ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಓಕೆ. The Green Revolution, actually, it started in 1960 and ended in 2000. In this period, our food production tripled, that is, increased 3 times. But it's not enough for the growing population. ಯಾಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಟುಡೇ? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 133 crores. ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್. ಫುಡ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಫುಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನನ್ನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು, ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು. In the Green Revolution, what happened? Scientists produce improved crop varieties. Improved crop varieties means, mainly the hybrids produced. ನೀವೇನಾದರೂ ಗೊಬ್ಬರದ ಅಂಗಡಿ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋದರೆ ಸನ್ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಹೈಬ್ರಿಡ್ಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ವೆರೈಟೀಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಒಂದೊಂದು ವೆರೈಟಿಗೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ನೇಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದರ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದು ಈಲ್ಡ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟು, ಇದು ಫಂಗಲ್ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟು, ಇದು ವೈರಲ್ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟು, ಇದು ಈಲ್ಡ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಡ್ಯೂರೇಷನ್ ಕ್ರಾಪ್, ಇದು ಲಾಂಗ್ ಡ್ಯೂರೇಷನ್ ಕ್ರಾಪ್, ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. Improved crop varieties are produced by the scientists. It's not enough mere production of crop varieties. Better management of crop or management practices also very important. ಬೆಟರ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಬೆಳೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ವೀಡನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು, ಕಳೆ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಟರ್ ಕಲ್ಟಿವೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಹಳ್ಳಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟರ್ ಕಲ್ಟಿವೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಎಡೆಕುಂಟೆ ಅಂತ ಆ ಥರ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ದೆನ್ agrochemicals are used in modern agriculture. Agrochemicals means mainly the fertilizers are used. That is, ನೀವೇನಾದರೂ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಯಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. NPK ಗೊಬ್ಬರ, NPK ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸರ್ containing nitrogen, phosphorus and potash. ಯೂರಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. In modern agriculture we make use of many pesticides, insecticides, fungicides, bactericides, rodenticides to control the rats. So using all these agrochemical based agriculture is in practice, and we are able to produce the food. Now today we are self-sufficient in food production. Self-sufficient means India is self-sufficient in food production. Okay, but what happened to a farmer? The agrochemicals are highly expensive, ತುಂಬ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ. ನಾವು ಹೈಬ್ರಿಡ್ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು 2 kg ಪ್ಯಾಕೆಟು 1500 2000 ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ರೈತರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅದನ್ನು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಕೊಂಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಹೈಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಿವ್. Fertilizers also very costly. Then the pesticides or the insecticides, they are also highly expensive. So a farmer cannot meet this expense. And also further yield with the existing varieties is not possible. Okay. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಾಯಿತು, ಹೈಬ್ರಿಡೈಸೇಷನ್ ಬಂತು. ಹೈಬ್ರಿಡ್ ವೆರೈಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಓಕೆ, ಹೈಬ್ರಿಡ್ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಕಾಟನ್ ಅಂತ ಇತ್ತು, ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೈಬ್ರಿಡ್ಸ್ ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಹೈಬ್ರಿಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಹೈಬ್ರಿಡ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ two plants are crossed with different characters to get a hybrid. Okay. This agrochemical based agriculture is highly expensive to the farmer, and also it is responsible for the pollution because of excessive use of pesticides, excessive use of fertilizers. Water get polluted, the soil get polluted. ನಾವು ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ನಾವು ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಅವರ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ the alternate way of controlling the pollution is making use of genetics of plants and animals. Genetics means the genes. The only way to minimize the use of fertilizers, chemicals, and to reduce pollution on environment is use of GM crops. GM crops means genetically modified crops. Through genetic engineering, we are going to alter the DNA of crop. Okay. Now we are using genetically modified crops in the field of agriculture. That is, our farmers are using this one. For example, our farmers are growing BT cotton, BT brinjal. These are pest-resistant varieties. Pest-resistant varieties of cotton, BT cotton, then BT brinjal. Okay. Now, what are GMO? Define GMO. The organisms produced by altering and manipulating the genes are called genetically modified organisms. What's that? How to define the organisms produced by altering and manipulating the genes? Say, for example, cotton plant is there. In the cotton plant, we alter the genes of cotton plant. We introduce new gene into the cotton plant and we manipulate it. That is, the genes are manipulated and thus produce plants or crops are called genetically modified crops or organisms. Nothing but transgenic organisms. If the genes are introduced into the plants, then it becomes transgenic plant. If you introduce the gene into the animal, then it becomes transgenic animal. Okay. Genetically modified organisms include the plants. Just now I told you, BT cotton plant, BT brinjal, BT corn. Many transgenic animals are there. Mice, transgenic fish, transgenic cow, transgenic fungi are there. Bacteria, E. coli bacteria is modified to produce insulin. So GMOs are useful in many ways. Application in the field of agriculture. Okay, now we shall see. Genetically modified crops made more tolerant to abiotic stresses. It means the plants or the crops are modified to overcome the drought situation. Drought. ಮಳೆ ಬರದಂಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭನ ಡ್ರಾಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಬೆಳೆ ಒಣಗಬಾರ್ದು ಮಳೆ ಇಲ್ದಿದ್ರೂ ಸಹ. ಅಂಥ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಜೀನನ್ನು ಇಂಟ್ರಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಾಜ್ರಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಥರ ಜೀನ್ ಇದೆ. ಬಾಜ್ರಾ, ಸಜ್ಜೆ ಮಳೆ ಬರದಿದ್ರೂ ಹಾಗೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಮಳೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆಯುತ್ತೆ. ಡ್ರಾಟ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಜೀನ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್. ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ತುಂಬ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಪೋಲಾರ್ ರೀಜನ್ ಹತ್ರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಿಯರ್ ಪೋಲಾರ್ ರೀಜನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆ ಬೆಳಿಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ವೆರೈಟಿ ಈಸ್ ನೆಸಸರಿ. ಹೀಟ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ವೆರೈಟಿ, ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ತುಂಬ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ರೂ ಬೆಳೆ ಬೆಳೆಯೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ through genetic engineering we are able to produce drought resistant varieties of crops, cold resistant varieties of crop, the heat resistant varieties of crop. Then one most important thing is the salt resistant varieties we are able to produce. Salt means alkaline resistant varieties. ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಿಂದ ಬಂದರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಮಳೆ ತುಂಬ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಹಳ್ಳ ಇರ್ತವೆ ಹಳ್ಳಿನಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಲದಿದ್ದ ಚೌಳು ಅಂತ ಮೇಲಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಿಂದಿನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಒಗಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಆಗೆಲ್ಲ ಡಿಟರ್ಜೆಂಟ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಮೋದಿಯವರು ಒಂದು ಸಾರಿ ಇಂಟ್ರ್ಯೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ, ನಾನು ಚಿಕ್ಕನಾದಾಗ ಚೌಳನ್ನು ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ತಲೆ ವಾಶ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಏನಾದರೂ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಲ್ಕಲೈನ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ವೆರೈಟೀಸ್. ಭತ್ತದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮುಳ್ಳು ಭತ್ತ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, ಎ ವೆರೈಟಿ. ಮುಳ್ಳಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ಮುಳ್ಳಂದರೆ ನಾಟ್ ಥಾರನ್. ದಟ್ ವೆರೈಟಿ ಗ್ರೋಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ಆಲ್ಕಲೈನ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್. That is because it is having alkaline resistant gene. ಈ ಥರ ಆ ಜೀನನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಚೌಳಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹ ಬೆಳೆಯನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಚೌಳು ಭೂಮಿನಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ಬೆಳೆ ಬೆಳೆಯೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಥ್ರೂ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಬಯೋಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ. GM crops are pest resistant. ಪೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದರೂ ಸಹ ಏನೂ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ಗೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ BT cotton is there. BT cotton means Bacillus thuringiensis ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಂ ಜೀನನ್ನು ಕಾಟನ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆ ಪೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದು ಕಾಯಿನ ಕಡಿದ್ರೆ ತಿಂದರೆ ಸತ್ತೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಹುಳ. ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರೇ ದಿ ಪೆಸ್ಟಿಸೈಡ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟಿಸೈಡ್. BT corn is there. ಕಾರ್ನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಮೆಕ್ಕೆಜೋಳ. So through biotechnology or genetic engineering, we are able to produce the pest-resistant varieties of crops. Not only that, we are able to produce genetically modified crops with high nutritional value. Say for example, golden rice we produce, which is rich in vitamin A. ಸೌತ್ ಏಷ್ಯನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಟಮಿನ್ ಎ ಡಿಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಇದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಓವರ್ಕಮ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ವಿಟಮಿನ್ ಎ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದರ ಬದಲು ನಾವು ರೈಸನ್ನು ಊಟ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ, ಗೋಲ್ಡನ್ ರೈಸನ್ನು, ವಿಟಮಿನ್ ಎ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ನಮಗೆ. ಫುಡ್ಡು ಆಯಿತು, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ವಿಟಮಿನ್ ಎನೂ ಸಿಕ್ತು. ಸೊ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನಲಿ rich rice, golden rice. Okay. Next, GM crops are made insect resistant, herbicide resistant, viral resistant varieties. Tobacco mosaic virus is a common virus which attacks a tobacco plant. Now, through genetic engineering, we are able to produce TMV resistant variety of tobacco. That is viral resistant variety of tobacco. Herbicide resistant variety. Herbicide means it's a chemical used to kill the weeds. ನಾವು ಬೆಳೆನಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಶೇಂಗಾ ಬೆಳೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಈರುಳ್ಳಿ ಬೆಳೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಸ್ಪ್ರೇ ದಿ ಹರ್ಬಿಸೈಡ್, ಇಟ್ ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದಿ weeds. It will not kill the crop. Herbicide resistant varieties we are able to produce. Insect resistant varieties. Just now we have seen BT cotton. Okay. Then another application in the field of agriculture is genetically modified crops help to reduce the post-harvest losses. Post-harvest losses, ಹೊಲ ಕೊಯ್ದಿದ್ದಾದಮೇಲೆ ಆಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಲಾಸಸ್ನ ನಾವು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. Genetically modified crops increase the efficiency of mineral absorption of plants. It means these GM crops absorb more minerals. Okay. Then, through this genetic engineering, we are able to produce some resources to industries. For example, ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಚನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡೋದು, ಫ್ಯೂಯಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡೋದು, ಫಾರ್ಮಾಸ್ಯೂಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್, ಎಟ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ. ಓಕೆ, that's all about this video. Very important thing is applications in the field of agriculture, most important for 3 or 5 marks. Okay, even for 2 and 1 mark also.